Nintendo's did something big. Somehow they betrayed in terms of whatever his name is, and he made a nuke of Nintendo. He freaking went in a B-52 bomber and dropped bombs on Nintendo's headquarters. He's with us. He joined our side, it seems, at least. He would flip-flop. He was a Nintendo shill. He would make videos, though, sometimes trashing on some parts of what they do. He just repeat what other people say, and then go against those same people, which also kind of goes against himself, too. And other videos calling us idiots, also calling himself an idiot for his points that are points that he used as points, but originally. And then he had a change of heart, I assume. Something happened behind the scenes, and now he made a bombshell, a nuke against, freaking, Wario's company, freaking, Bowser, freaking, and the American Bowser guy is not the worst guy, the people in Japan are the worst, and I'm not saying because they're Japanese, I'm saying because they're known for being horrible. Even Remy, whatever the dude's name was, the Indian guy, whatever he was also bad. He was literally part of all this suing lawsuit crap. His reign was filled with these, probably the most lawsuits ever with Nintendo. So, so again, there's more people think Doug Bowser is the main villain. He's not. He is just a freaking minion, minion. Anyway, so back to the other stuff. Basically, this guy, something happened, and now he's on our side. This is like the American Revolution. So, what I'm gonna say, I don't hate the British people or anything. Okay, my ancestors were, not British because they left before the British Empire, but they were there in the 1600s, late 1600s. They were like 30 something, less than 30 years, however long before the British Empire was made. I think it was the British Empire in 1701 or something like that. And my ancestors went to America in the 1670s. Probably, yeah, I heard 1650s with some, but I think this maybe 1650s, 1670s, whatever it is. And so, but the British have been based in many wars, like the Zulu War. That tribe was killing their own women and children, and then in a coup, and then the British fought that coup-owned tribe, that and eventually in the modern day, the tribe and one of the concessions was they not kill their own people. They don't do these horrible things with other people. The British were based in that sense, in this war. They were based in this war. And even modern day, that tribe is either it's based or not based, but it's more, they're not that bad. I shouldn't even say based on a millennial or a late millennial. And, I don't know, I keep just saying, I don't know. But anyway, basically, we have these, and maybe it's also a millennial thing too, I don't know. Basically, that tribe to this day is actually all in favor of supporting, the good cause that's going on in South Africa right now with some horrible stuff happening. Government being horrible to, their own people, both whites and blacks. And so that tribe is, it stands with the people who are affected. So, and they're not doing horrible things that they used to do, I think. So I think they even, like half of them are Christian too. They don't even, half of them, I think they're kicked out too. But half of those people of that, even if they're not part of the tribe beliefs itself or the tribe anymore, the same people of that same gene ancestry, whatever it is, half of them are Christian too. So that's good. So the British were based, okay? So whenever we make this American Revolution thing, just remember, I don't hate our ancestors. Our ancestors, most of them are Christian, so they're in heaven right now. Even if you're not Christian, our ancestors were. Most of them, at least. So, in the Revolutionary War. So they're best friends, they're, in heaven right now with each other. They're freaking, worshiping God alongside each other, and no longer fighting each other. Maybe some of them even killed each other, but, now they're not. They generally want their descendants. Because, the Bible says you don't have any sin or any temptation of sin in heaven. So these people, they don't hate each other. They don't have the sin of hate or other stuff. Now, you can hate Satan and other stuff. You can hate ungodly stuff like God says. Not people, that is. You can love the people who sins, but not you can hate the sin, but you can love the people who sin. Not because they sin, but, you want them to change, you want them to be saved. Point is, though, is that, our ancestors, they do not, they love each other. They do not want their descendants to fight each other. Okay. So I don't say this anti-British thing. I don't say any, I don't want to join in on this war. Okay. I just want to use this because like most of Europeans are already against Nintendo. I think it's mainly America. We're the biggest besides Japan. I think, pro Nintendo people are at. So in order to convince them, I have to use it in terms that would be easy for them in America. I mean, hey, if we're less educated, public school system is intended to make us less educated anyway. Then hey, at least even you can make fun of us saying, oh, it's we have to do it simple terms, whatever it is, whatever. I'll do simple terms, okay? So I'm not I don't know, I'm not going to join in and be like, oh well, you British do this. No, 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 no. Both our governments suck, okay? Both governments are horrible people. Okay, they've arrested good people. They've done bad things. Okay, okay. So it's like Revolutionary War, where you have, we had our, forget, we had our, what was it? Our World War, our 7 Years War, our World War, our console wars, and when that's over, a new war happens, which is recent, where we're fighting against the companies now. Of course, people were fighting companies long ago, but it was still mainly console fans against console fans, and now almost all of them, except of course and the companies are still bad, even if they're trying to quote unquote unite gamers with the giving exclusives away for free or not free, but giving away to other consoles, like even PlayStation is doing it and Xbox whatnot. It's like even if they're doing that, there's an agenda behind it, and I know what they're doing. They're pulling a Sega. Now Sega actually made good consoles and many good games. Whenever Sega made the Dreamcast after that, they were going good originally, and even though the PlayStation 2 definitely, was the winner, I guess, of that console war, and then the next console war, or the seventh generation console war, whatever it was, what was it? And by the way, this console war, all the wars, eventually we lost in the end, us gamers, that is. Anyway, but it's more of like, they realized they can make more money by aiding Microsoft and others, which the Xbox original exists because of Sega. Same thing with PlayStation 2, I think, or PlayStation 1, whatever it was, because they worked on both of those. They realized they can make more money by making games. And originally, and even though, and you could say because they needed to, whatever it was, the console Dreamcast was doing really good. It's just, in the end, they had to, either they had to, or they decided to be better to make money by making games. They're doing that modern day with consoles. Sony, Microsoft, they're doing this because they realize maybe they'll still make consoles or not, or just make everything handheld consoles now, or whatever, mini computers, whatever it is. But they want to, they realize they make more money, especially Microsoft years ago. They make more money if they just sell games instead of selling consoles. And they care about, and again, they always care about money more than consoles. That's why they screw us gamers over. They don't care about us, they care about money. So that's why they'll go for, games instead of consoles. And so, because they realize, eventually, games just make more money than consoles, and they're just making less money. So they want to make, console, or they want to make games. So anyway, so they have an agenda of their own. Okay, that's another thing, I guess, another topic. I'll make another video. But let's go back to the previous thing. So the point is, then the console, I think I was talking about the end of the console. Oh yeah, Revolutionary War. Okay, so, imagine, so we're still fighting. So even though they have an agenda, we're still fighting those companies, okay? They're not our friends anymore because of, they're not our friends when they do this. They're still our enemies. They have an agenda. They're still going to treat us like crap. They're still going to have games that are awful that they sell us full price for $60, $70, $100. Oh, especially GTA 6, and that's definitely a different topic. But basically, long story short, these people, we still have to fight them no matter what. They're going to fight us either way. We have to fight them. We have to defend ourselves. We have to prove. So anyway, back to Nintendo. So this is like Revolutionary War. We had our console war, our 7 Years War, and now we're going on to, we're getting treated so bad, we'll realize, hey, let's, rise up. Let's, do a revolution against these game companies because they're doing bad stuff to us. And so now, it's our war against them, and of course they have the loyalists. Nintendo and other companies have loyalists, especially Nintendo and Steam. They have the loyalist side who hate us, and even the loyalist side are part of our gamer dominion, the gamer kingdom. Imagine America in the Revolutionary War was, imagine that's our gamer kingdom, whatnot, and we have fellow gamers of that who are loyal to the people who we are fighting. And if one thing's to change, if they want things, we need to convince them to join us. They're loyal to, the British or, the whatever it is, the Nintendo, the Steam. And I already made a video on Steam. We need to convince people, the loyalists, to join us. And most of them are in America, I think. So that's why I make the point about, the revolution thing. And so, here's a cool thing, too. When you have big people like M. Swizzle comes in, and maybe whoever else, That isn't freaking, you know, some ordinary, whatever is some ordinary gamers because he screwed us over. He lied, and, you know, he still, not only did he buy a Switch 2, but he praised it too. You know? Anyway, but basically, you know, but Ermswizzle, you know, he's a great example of, like, he's like the British, or he's like the French to our America in the Revolutionary War, or our United Colonies, eventually the United States. I think it was United States later on, and it was first called the United Colonies, something like that. But he is like the French to us. Spain, this French, whatever it is. He's like our France. And so he's a popular, bigger person. But he came in, he's on our side now. That's basically like what it is. And so he's with us. And originally he made, you know, content when he had similar thumbnails and titles of, you know, supposedly being anti-Nintendo. You go to his video and he's saying, at the end of it, it's like, oh, you know, he makes fun of, or he says some bad things, but he's still going to love the console to death. He's still going to say it's a great console. It just has some flaws, and that's it. That he wants Nintendo, he has Nintendo to change. And now he went full on bombshell. This video is actually a full on. Especially I was like, okay, is this a crappy video like he usually makes, or at least when it came to those, like, you know, he just mainly collects bait so he could mainly say it's a great console, but say it has some problems, or is he going to, you know, make it actually a good video? Whatever it is, eventually, you know, like, I watched this video. Watched the video and realized, oh, wait a minute, he actually full on he bombed Nintendo HQ. He went bombshell. So yeah, so he for sure is on our side, possibly, maybe. So, but at least he's on our side. So we need to grow more, convince people, especially people on Steam. Most of the things we blame Nintendo for, which they actually do. Most of the problems we have with freaking games nowadays, with how we're getting screwed over with it, we don't own games, we can lose our games, is Steam did it first. One of the first people to do it was Steam, you know, with the freaking, you know, you don't own the games. Steam makes freaking child pornography, or at least they allow child pornography games. You report them, they don't get taken down. But of course, you know, your games get taken down for slight reasons, even if you didn't do anything wrong, even by accident, whatever it is, they get rid of it. You pay $100. Last time I checked, because I was trying to publish a game. Or a demo, whatever, of a game I made, and Steam said I had to pay $100. It used to be free. Wow, you know, and of course, you know, pricing Black Ops 2 when it was backwards compatible on 360, it was so, you know, it was like pretty, like $20 on there or something like that. Steam made it $60, and guess what? Later on, I think Xbox made it $60 or $40. Black Ops 2 on 360 when it was backwards compatible. So yeah, basically, you know, when we don't do anything, we just like, oh, you know, Steam's so base, bro. You know, now, of course, you know, people are so against it, of course, like me. But when most people weren't, you know, the Xbox was allowed to get away with pricing it up like Steam did. And then everyone else did. And then, of course, it's not just the game companies that made the price higher. It was Steam and Xbox. And look at the previous video I made about Steam. You'll see it, because I made a bombshell on Steam. But basically, we have, you know, we're getting people on our side. We need more people on our side. I'll see if I can hopefully I can collab with Nintendine. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool if we could, you know, try to explain some stuff. I can send him stuff. He can try to talk about Steam too. I want him to talk about Steam, so we can call it Steam as well. Whatever it is, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever. We need to, at the very least, share the video. Get this message out. And subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. And I always mean this. God bless you all.